Have new developments in lawsuits involving the family of disgraced attorney Alex Murdaugh and the Parker's convenience store franchise. We're told settlements have been reached in the case of a 2019 boat crash, which left 19-year-old Mallory Beach dead and several others injured. Investigative reporter Ann Emerson tonight is here with the latest.
Well, Tessa, Mallory Beach's family and 3 of the passengers in that fatal boat crash have settled with Alex's only living son, Buster, and the estate of Maggie Murdaugh. We don't know how much the settlement is for yet, but we are told it's a significant amount that will leave just Alex Murdaugh and Parker's gas station named in the suit. Buster was accused of lending his younger brother Paul an ID to buy alcohol before that crash. Maggie was also being sued for contributing to the delinquency of Paul and turning a blind eye to his underage drinking. Lawyers involved tell me this settlement can move forward once the judge approves it and Alex Murdaugh agrees to the conditions as well. In addition, there is a financial claim filed by Palmetto State Bank that the lawyers representing the Beach family and the passengers want withdrawn. This latest development is happening less than 2 weeks before Alex Murdaugh goes on trial for the double murder of Paul and Maggie Murdaugh. The wrongful death lawsuit has already been pushed back to June of this year after one of the lawyers for Parker's gas station, Representative Merle Smith, claimed legislative immunity.
Begin with updates that may affect drivers. We have double coverage tonight on some major road developments right here in the Lowcountry.
Yeah, first we're starting off with the 2 alternatives that are left for the I-526 and Long Point Road interchange project. This comes after SCDOT held several public meetings and sessions.
And the plans are still concerning for some neighborhoods directly affected by the planning. Our Tara Jabor is in front of one of those neighborhoods close to the interchange. Tara?
Katie, Tessa, I'm here in the Grassy Creek neighborhood, and this neighborhood is very close to I-526. You can probably hear the traffic right now. The I-526 is actually just to the right of me. Now, the final 2 alternatives to relieve the traffic are not definite, but neighbors here tell me they're still worried about the ramps and the noise.
Angie Anderson has lived in Grassy Creek for 10 years. She loves her neighborhood, but with the growing population of Mount Pleasant and traffic in general, the noise has picked up from I-526.
When I moved here 10 years ago, it was white noise. Now it's a lot of traffic and truck noise.
That traffic is what SCDOT is trying to resolve through their plans for I-526 and Long Point Road. A key part of those plans is building port access ramps to relieve traffic. The exact location of the ramp changed after public comment was taken last year. SCDOT received 316 comments, 174 letters, and 48 written comments about the project.
Won't be at the entrance to our neighborhood. It'll be a little farther down, but it's a raised truck bridge that will be descending, and that's what I just need to see. Where is it descending?
37% of the comments were about the noise, something Anderson says has always been a big issue.
They're saying we're going to just be looking at a sound wall. And, you know, it's still not ideal, but it's better than a semi-truck overpass.
Another concern, the potential of a removal of a left turn onto Bell Hall Parkway. Anderson says that turn is essential to keep.
If they close that off, we would all be coming down Paul Foster and one tiny little traffic circle at the entrance to Bell Hall to shoot, you know, more than 2,000 residents into their homes.
They're working with the town of Mount Pleasant to evaluate a potential solution to the issue. But no matter what the plans are, Anderson says she's cautiously optimistic.
We need to see exactly what is the location of the new ramp, what's the design, what's the landscaping, and how is that sound wall going to be implemented.
And SCDOT is holding another public comment meeting on March 14th about this project.
The state Supreme Court decision to block a 6-week abortion ban in South Carolina. Many in the state legislature calling for new ways into how judges are elected and appointed.
We wanted to know, who are these justices? What is the process right now? And if changes are made, how will this impact us? You may not know their names, but these are the 5 Supreme Court justices for South Carolina.
It's a very, very powerful position.
Former State Attorney General Charlie Condon says right now, judges are selected through a vetting process and then have to get a majority vote from the legislature.
You have people all the time that lose elections and win elections based upon how well they campaign with members of the General Assembly. So you're talking about standing at the elevator, shaking hands. You're talking about going to see them in their hometown.
What this act considers.
Following the court's most recent ruling on the fetal heartbeat law, many lawmakers addressed the need for a different way of selecting judges.
Our system has been criticized really for many, many years as being the one of only 2 in the country. So therefore, since most states don't use it, maybe we should consider a different system.
Several legislators, including Charleston Senator Chip Campson, mentioned a new way to pick judges. One idea, the governor selects nominees, and then they're voted on by the legislature.
One would think if you have a Republican governor that he or she would be inclined to only appoint Republicans to the court system. Likewise, if you had a Democratic governor, the same would occur. So by changing the system from what we have right now, you in fact might inject more politics into it.
Senators Brad Hutto, a Democrat, and Republican Shane Massey both talked about the need for a new screening process. Condon says this could present a different challenge.
I can only imagine the private conversations with the candidates on how do you feel about the most recent decision?
Most lawmakers do not want the judges to be elected by a vote on the ballot, saying it would politicize the process. Right now, there would have to be a change to the state constitution to alter how judges are selected, and that takes years. Condon says moving forward, we have to make sure any changes are not knee-jerk reactions.
If you don't like a judge's decision, whether it's the issue relative to abortion or something else, do you want to then change the system just because you don't like the decision, or do you want to change it because you think it can, in effect, improve the system by making the judges as impartial as they should be and not legislating but interpreting laws as their responsibility ought to be?